Cool, mate. It's good to get you on the chat today. Just before we start, though, just so sort of some of my viewers might not know who you are, we'd go into everything in depth. But just like in 30 seconds or less, mate, who's Mike Chadwick? Who are you?
Cool. So, yeah, I'm Mike Chadwick. Originally Parachute Regiment, Special Forces Support Group, before being selected for the Royal Army Physical Training Corps. I joined in 2007, subsequently left a year ago now to take up a commission into the reserves and continue in full-time coaching, where I coach athletes all over the world, predominantly those who want to take their first or next step in tactical athlete development.
Wicked, mate. Good career you've had up until now, isn't it? Before we get into that, though, I know I've listened to quite a few podcasts and videos that you've done. But we'll go back to the past a little bit. How sort of did you end up about this? I know you had a few struggles sort of as a child, didn't you? You were sort of like the man of the house, and then you sort of joined the military to support. You just want to go into a little bit more depth of like that, and then sort of like why you joined the military?
Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't call it a struggle. I mean, it'd be very naive for me to call it that. It's predominantly what most social demographics, what the biggest social demographic makes up of the military. Probably we've all, there's a lot of people who come from broken homes. It's nothing new in the military. But yeah, predominantly I joined the military solely to put food on the table. There wasn't for Queen and Country. I've said this before on podcast. It wasn't for it was strictly and explicitly to put food on the table for my little sister. I ended up somehow in the paras, and yeah, it just hit the ground running. If you're going to go big, go as big as you can.
Do you reckon that was the careers office doing? Because that's how I initially ended up in the artillery.
No, the careers office actually wanted me to join where I was. The careers office tried to make me go to the guards. I contacted my dad, who was in a certain part of the military, and I basically said, I'm going to join the army. This is in my last year of school. I'm joining the army. Who do I join? And he said, well, you either join the Marines or the paras. That's it. You join one of them. And I was like, okay, which one? What did they both do? Which one? Didn't answer what they did. He just went, right, if you're going to do one, do the paras. I was like, okay, so straight to the careers office. Walked in. I was like, I want to join the paras. And this big fat guardsman sat on the other end of the desk was like, nah, I don't think you want to do that, mate. You want to join the guards. And I was like, no, my dad said I'm joining the paras, so I'm going to join the paras. Mate, the whole way through, he was like, right, okay, you join the paras, whatever. And then towards the end, he was like, oh, so you go in the guards. No room in the paras, you go in the guards. And so I called my dad. I was like, I'm going in the guards, apparently. He went, right, wait there. And he was like, don't move. I'm back home. I'm coming over. I was like, oh, I sound. And then my dad walked in, told this guardsman, that's not happening. He's joined the paras. He knows the scope. He knows the sketch. He's like, he's going to the paras. He's doing that or he's not joining. So then, yeah, he was like, sound. So I ended up joining the paras. Week 1, day 1 depot. That hit me quite hard. And then yeah, just cracked on from there, mate. But I had no idea what I was joining. I genuinely didn't. I didn't do any. Didn't look into it at all. Didn't YouTube anything. It was just literally join the paras. I did YouTube stuff, seen it, and I was like, it looks pretty cool. Extra £200 a month. I'm in. How hard can it be?
Very hard. That's what.
Shit. Really shit.
That's what happens with the careers office, though. I knew I always wanted to join the army. I was different to you. It was more like Queen and Country. Like Afghan was on the news, and I was like, that's all I want to do. I was in school, and I was like, I just want to do that. Went into the careers office. Wanted to go household cavalry originally, which I am in now. Got talked out of that. Couldn't go armoured corps anyway because of my eyesight originally, so I couldn't do tank because I'm pretty much colourblind. Did very well, and he come in and he was like, here's a list, you can pretty much do whatever you want. And the list was long, it was only like 15, nearly 16. And he goes, how about the artillery? I was like, yeah, someone's mentioned to be before, sounds quite good. Yeah, cool, you signed up September, here you go, there's your paperwork. He'd already filled it in, signed. Me 15 was just like, I'm in the army, okay. And just, spend the next 7-8 years in the artillery. So yeah, you've got to be careful of that down the careers office. That's what I tell everyone now, is like, just don't let anyone...
Did he still do that? Does that still exist? Is it careers office still a thing? Because everything's online now, isn't it? So I can imagine it's a little bit easier now where someone goes, right, I want to join that. And that's it then. That's where you're going to go. Obviously, if you hit all the standards en route, then that's where you're going to go. Because, back then, people's reports were reliant on getting people into their regiments.
Yeah.
So when you walked into that careers office, they would do absolutely anything they possibly could to change your mind, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And the only people in my careers office back in Liverpool was someone from the Guards and a Marine. And I'd been told that I wasn't going to the Marines, I was going to Paris. So I went straight to the Army desk and that was it. And the Navy guys like, oh, do you want to come have a chat? And I was like, no, I've got to go there. I've been told I'm going there. But then this fat guardsman was like, no, you go in the Guards now.
Yeah, because it was all done on numbers back then. I think there's like minimal careers office about now. Everything is online, but a few people I speak to are joining up. There is a careers office they can go into, but it's all pretty much done online now. Capita pretty much deal with it all. So it's very less likely you'll be persuaded. The only sort of things you're going to be persuaded by is family and friends.
Yeah.
So yeah,